Let's stay with that topic. I told you I'm going to speak to a farmer. This is the fight that's happening around regional communities. It's the industrialisation of some of Australia's richest agricultural land via wind, solar and these big transmission projects. James Gooden is from Riverina Sustainable Food Alliance and he joins me now. James, your organisation says that these large-scale pop-up sort of wind and solar factories, they're occurring in areas where we've got great rainfall and high agricultural production, and by putting them there, we're threatening our natural assets, our ability to grow food and fibre. But you're also saying, I think you're spot on here, by shutting down farms, we're shutting down local communities, we're shutting down the farming families and all the other industries that hang off these country towns. Have I got that right? And give me a sense of the feeling about this in the Riverina.
Oh, good evening, Peter, and thank you for taking time to talk with us. Well, it is a big issue, and it's from north to south, east to west. The Ratland is a new group that has been formed over the last few months, and it is about concerned members on the ground with their areas being consumed with renewables. And exactly what you said in your intro, the prime agricultural, productive agricultural land that is being consumed by renewables. You know, we've been asking for a couple of years in every political position we can get to, Class 1, 2 and 3 agricultural land should be actually off the table. It shouldn't even be considered for renewables. Then there's wind, then the environment. You don't save the planet by destroying the environment, local environment. We just need a good planning. We need our ministers to come to the table and look and see what's actually happening. You're destroying the communities and the angst that is causing between neighbours and between neighbours that have been a long time family farming communities. The local fire brigade has got angst who comes to the meeting because we're having a renewable factory, industrialised business in the middle of our farming areas. It's very, very poor planning.
I'll say this for viewers at home, one of the reasons why they don't put it in the outback is it costs too much to get those transmission lines out there to bring the generated power back into urban areas. So they go for the easy ask up and down the eastern seaboard. I was just talking to the environment editor at The Australian just before I started speaking with you. There's these draft guidelines out, James, and they say in there they're supposed to get a social licence with farmers in order to roll out that infrastructure. Well, he says, look, that's just cover. In the end, it's going to be a compulsory acquisition. They're going to force this on farming communities. How do you think farming communities are going to react?
Oh, my answer to that, Peter, is the fact that people like my neighbours in the Riverina are the founders of Landcare. They're the people we should be leaning on. They're the people we should be taking advice on going forward. They've been Gold Star award-winning people of what they've done with their farming communities over a period of time. This social licence they talk about is really not their social licence at all. It's a quick cash grab from multinational companies, and it just shouldn't be allowed to continue. We're getting, from whether it be up in the north of the north to the south, we are getting people on board, and it's a massive growing movement, growing rapidly. And we're getting huge recognition. The recognition is Ratland or Riverina Sustainable Food Alliance. The reason why I'm here is because people are leaning on us, asking us to step up and do something, and that's what we're trying to do.
All right, you live in Deniliquin. You've made your way to Tamworth tonight. You're going to front the Environment Minister and others tomorrow. What's your message for her?
Wagga is actually my location, Peter, so a bit of a cross wire there if that's come through. I'm in the Riverina, Wagga area. We want them to engage. We want them at the table. We really would believe that the Minister needs to start engaging, and we need some common sense input into where we go from here. That's all we've requested. Hiding behind a portfolio and not engaging with the people that elect you is really not the way a minister should be. If this is a way that the communication happens in this country, I pity the people if it happens to be trying to get a yes vote in the Voice. If this is what they do, if they hide behind a portfolio and don't represent the constituents. I would like to have a meeting with all members of representative government people that are here. Over the last couple of years, we've had people to our place or to our development or proposed development in the Riverina 30 odd politicians have been there, and not one of those in the last 2 years, since Riverina Sustainable Food Alliance started, have thought that this location, this development is a good spot. And that's why we're here. We're just passionate about getting a good outcome for our regional areas.
Can I just underscore the point you made that this is now like a wildfire or bushfire up and down the eastern seaboard? I'm aware of a big rally in Victoria on Tuesday called Stop the Towers. This is a rally at Parliament House in Melbourne. Again, this is about the transition lines. There's a real movement going on across the country now, isn't there, James?
Look, we're trying to meet with the ministers and have representatives from all 4 states on the eastern seaboard, and that is from Tassie through to Rockhampton. We're in contact with people continuously about bad decisions. We would like to sit down with a group of 5 representatives from the whole eastern seaboard and engage with them, be at the table for some good outcomes. We believe that small modular reactors should actually be part of the conversation. We believe they're a 24/7 power supply, not just when the wind blows or when the sun shines, and that comes back to our proposed development east of Wagga. You know, in our group alone, there is Indigenous members, there is tourism, there's farmers, there's land care people, but there's a wealth of knowledge already out here in the regions. Like, we don't need to be dictated to from afar and not get on the ground. We've been offering New South Wales Department of Planning for months to come and visit us. Just get down to Wagga, we'll engage in a civil manner, come and see us and look at the things you're signing off on, and with all our political leaders. I think it's about time we actually, as a group, just made a lot of noise.
Hear, hear, James, keep it up. We're going to send some cameras and journalists out to the rally tomorrow, and we'll hopefully have images to show here on Sky News. Thank you for your time, James Gooden there from Tamworth.